Hello everyone, my name is Kel Sounds, and today I want to show you how I turn this spoon and fork recording into this melody. And then this is plus 7 semitones. And then this is pitched down -12, I think, from this first melody right here. But yeah, once again, there is no blue guy today in the corner because I'm actually back home. I'm not at my regular desktop setup, so the video is going to be a little bit different. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. I want to show you guys my process and what I did. So for that spoon recording, the first thing, or actually this is the original recording, so I just went ahead and inserted a audio track and put the recording in there. And then the next thing that I did was I inserted another audio track, and this is the editing track, so this is what it sounds like. I even put a tuner here at the end, but first I want to show you guys what I did here in this processing. I added a utility to turn down the width to make it a little bit more mono. Then I added a EQ8, did a little bit of EQ, put a bandpass filter on here to make it more narrow and resonant, and then I added another EQ8, cut some of the highs. Then I added another utility, and for this utility, I just automated the audio clip with the gain knob. So without it, sounds like this. Not really needed too much, honestly, but I just kind of wanted to add an attack to the sample. Then I added a compressor to compress the signal. Added another EQ8, and this time I made another narrow bandpass to get a more resonant sound. So without it, it sounds like that, and then with the EQ8, it sounds like that. And then I went ahead and added a tuner. If I go ahead and duplicate this, and then I get rid of the pitch and just have it as is, just the original sample, the tuner says it's C sharp, and so I wanted it to be as close to C as possible. And I'm like, okay, it's C sharp, so the next note down is C. And so I turned it down -1 semitone, got closer to C, and then I seen it was at plus 31, 32. So for the cents, I just went down by like -32. Then I came over here to the tuner to see where it was at. And that's how I got it to tune to C. Tune to C. Tune to C. Oh my god. That's how I got it to tune. And then I went ahead and recorded that in a separate audio track. Then once I got everything recorded, I inserted a MIDI track, and inside of this MIDI track I put a simpler from Ableton. And here I'll just go ahead and turn off the effects real quick to kind of show you what the process was like. I'm going to leave this volume on here because it gets kind of loud. But anyways, so I put it inside of a simpler. I set it to classic. That's what it sounds like without any processing. You can't really hear it too much. I'm going to go ahead and turn that volume back on to -15 decibels. But anyways, I turned down the volume to -20 decibels and then wanted to add a little bit of overdrive to have a little bit more higher frequencies. And so it's really distorted, and the dry wet is at only 10%, which is pretty crazy. The next effect that I did here was added convolution reverb, so I went ahead and did parallel processing. So I turned that on, I grabbed a convolution reverb, set it to 100%, used a texture impulse response called spaced flatten echo, then I set it to -10 decibels, and then I have the original signal here. And so with the parallel processing convolution reverb added, it sounds like this. Then I went ahead and compressed the signal. Added a multi-band dynamics to bring out some more of the highs to add a sort of OTT effect. And the release on this is at 50 milliseconds, so it's originally at 100, but I wanted it to be a bit quicker. So I set it to 50. I brought the input to 10 decibels. And then for the downwards compression, I just set it to negative 30 decibels. Then the last thing that I added here was an EQ8, and I just did a high pass cut. And then the final thing was a limiter, and I just brought the input gain to 15 decibels, which I probably could just honestly get rid of that and just bring up the volume over here. But yeah, that's pretty much my processing. I'm going to come back over here to the controls of the simpler and set it back to negative 12. And that's how I got this sound. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.